Is it on? I think it's on. Okay, I don't know what that was about. Happy freedom, hooligans. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we make the news suck less. Let me know how you guys are doing in the chat. We're going to read over the schedule really quick, and then we'll go ahead and get her started. Make sure you hit that like button. More likes, more hooligans. We'll be starting off with a video titled Manson Follower is Freed. After like 56 years in prison, she's making it out alive. She's like in her 70s. She's probably too old to go out there and start killing people again. I don't know. You never know. The world's crazy now, but that's where we'll be starting. Then we have a video titled Pedophiles Salivating at Media Outlets Ripping the Sound of Freedom. Mainstream media is out there lying about Sound of Freedom, basically saying Trump did it. Like only Trump supporters and Q people go out there and watch that kind of stuff. So if you're not a tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist that worships AJ, then you wouldn't go out there and watch that movie. So they're out there just dogging Sound of Freedom, probably because they're pedophiles. Then we have a video titled Chinese Hackers Access Email of U.S. Government Agencies. No big deal. Just another day. Just another day in America where we're not safe, but we pretend like we are. Then we have another video titled New Bed Rotting Trend is Taking Over TikTok, and I think that's really interesting. Can't wait to get into that because they're saying it's a new trend. But I remember when I was 15 years old, there was news coming out of teenagers not leaving their bed, and we'll go on about that once we get to that part of the show. We'll be wrapping things up with a video titled Senator Schumer Calls on FDA to Investigate Prime Energy Drink. Now, I don't care a whole lot about Schumer, but Prime Energy Drink is promoted by like Logan Paul or Jake Paul, one of the Paul brothers, you know, the goofy YouTubers that go out there and all the kids think they're really great. Well, they put out this Prime drink. One of those is the equivalent of drinking 2 Red Bulls, and they're trying to encourage kids to use it. And there's really fine print on there saying that they recommend for 18 or older, but they're not requiring an ID to purchase it. So expect teenagers and whatnot to be kicking the bucket from heart attacks and stuff coming up. But yeah, keep selling it to kids, and that's how we're going to be wrapping up today. So let me read through the chat, make sure everything is running correctly, and we'll get started. What's up, Sly Dog? What's up, Mr. Satan? So, I was wondering why your name was Mr. Satan, and I was waiting for, like, you know, hardcore Christians and stuff to get all mad about your name. And then I saw your profile picture, and then I went and watched 20 minutes of Dragon Ball Z. You're awesome. I like your name. Has nothing to do with Lucifer. Once I got that, cool stuff. What's up, Mike? What's up, Damon Walker? What's up, High Plains Drifter? What's up, Robert R? What's up, Crazy Hair Me? What's up, Adrian? Oh, my chat just reset. See, now I'm going to skip names and people are going to get mad. It's not my fault. I want to say hello to all of you. What's up, Nikki? What's up, Just Michelle? Let's see. What's up, Dharma Agent? What's up, T. Lawton? What's up, Annette? If I skipped you on accident. What's up, the other Mike? What's up, Flies High? Happy freedom, all of you hooligans. I appreciate you guys being here. What's up, Tumbleweed? What's up, No Mandates? Please hit that like button. Let's get out there in the YouTube realm, so people can join the live and maybe learn about what's going on in the world. What's up, everyone on the secret YouTube channel? What's up, Birdman? Happy freedom. They hate it because they are pedophiles. Yeah, that's the only reason. I don't know why people are hating on that movie unless they're really hurting business. And if they're in that kind of business, they're bad people and they deserve to have their business hurt. Stuff is terrible. What's up, everyone on Twitch? What's up, Stern? What's up, Snooks? Happy freedom. Let's see. Stern, you raided with a party yesterday. That's awesome. My apologies if I didn't shout you out, but I appreciate it. Thank you. What's up, everyone on Kick? Is what I would say if there was hooligans watching on Kick. People swear up and down the Kick is so awesome. I can't beg people to watch on Kick, but I think once Twitch kicks the bucket and starts banning streamers like me, I think everyone will go to Kick. That's the only reason we stream on there right now, is like a safety net, not a safety blanket, but a safety net for when Twitch kicks the bucket, when they just censor themselves out of existence. What's up, everyone on Odyssey? I think we're running over here on Odyssey. Yes, there's my bald head. Happy freedom, all of you hooligans. And what's up, everyone on Rumble? Appreciate you guys being here. What's up, Joe? What's up, Janet Steve? What's up, Pumpkin? Janet say, oh, you're damn it, Janet. Well, I appreciate you being here over on Rumble. What's up, Serum? Let's see. What's up, Robin with a Y? Happy freedom. Out there in Canada land. Well, I appreciate you being here. You guys are awesome. All right, let's see. What's up, Donna Sparks? What's up, Ghostly Method? Happy Freedom. Appreciate you guys watching over on the website. Have you guys seen Cassandra? It's been like a week. Hopefully she's doing all right. For a while, she was like the only one hanging out on the website, and I haven't seen her for a while. Hopefully I didn't drive her away. I guess I have a habit of doing that, unfortunately. I don't know what it is about me, but I push people away. I don't mean to. Either way, we're going to get started with this first video. Manson follower is free. I feel like it wasn't that long ago that the main Manson man himself kicked the bucket in prison. I think they said it's like 2018, 2017 that happened, but I swear it was like last year. Either way, let's get her started.
This morning, a Charles Manson follower responsible for one of his cult's brutal killings in the late 1960s is now out of prison.
Leslie is just ecstatic that she's going home finally after all these years.
Leslie Van Houten, now 73, has been granted parole after serving 53 years behind bars for her role in the savage murders of wealthy grocer Leno LaBianca and his wife Rosemary at their Los Angeles home in 1969.
This is a really bad murder, for lack of a better term. And I think that most people who live in California are going to be appalled by this decision.
Van Houten has been granted parole 5 times, each rejected by multiple California governors, including current Governor Gavin Newsom. But Newsom recently dropped his fight to keep her locked up, saying an appeal was unlikely to succeed. Van Houten's attorney says she is remorseful.
She's so sorry for what she's responsible for.
The murders in 1969 came a day after other Manson followers killed actress Sharon Tate and 4 others. Van Houten did not participate in the Tate killings, but she spoke to ABC's Diane Sawyer in 1994 about how she attacked Rosemary LaBianca.
I stabbed Mrs. LaBianca in the lower back about 16 times.
What kind of punishment do you deserve? What is enough?
I don't know when enough punishment will be enough for me.
She long insisted she was brainwashed by Charles Manson and says she's now a changed woman. Van Houten is now in a transitional living facility. While Charles Manson did not commit the killings, he ordered his followers to do so. He died in prison in 2017.
Hi everyone, George.
2017. Charles Manson kicked the bucket. I don't know. I think she's going to have a hard time reintegrating into life. But if she grabs a rainbow flag, she's got a whole community there just waiting to accept her in and all of her problems. Hopefully she's a changed person. I mean, she's, like I said, she's in her 70s. I don't think she's going to go out there and start killing people again. I don't think. It's hardcore. It's hardcore. Back then, people actually did stuff. Now people are going to prison for words. It's unfortunate. Crazy sauce. Just randomly coming across that. Charles Manson never murdered anyone. Yeah, it's true. What did they get him with? Conspiracy charges? If they couldn't get him with murder charges. What's up, Ohio Kyle? What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy Freedom. Leonardo Gruesome Newsom. I wonder if he's going to go for blue team primary. We're going to see next year. What's up, Bloopy? What's up, Fitzy? What's up, Sky? Happy Freedom. Happy Freedom Soul for real. Appreciate you being here. Cliff, Manson should have got the death penalty. I'm going to look it up. I want to know, what did he actually get charged with? In Ludington, there was someone charged with murder, and they never even found the body. So, I mean, things like that happen around here. They'll charge you with murder without having all the evidence. Let's see. Charles Manson was an American criminal and a musician. What? I never heard anyone say he was a musician. They had to throw it on the profile. Charges. He wasn't only a crazy person, he also played music. 2 counts of murder and 1 count of conspiracy. But he never killed anyone. I don't know. That's quite interesting, I think. I mean, obviously he wasn't a good person. I just think it's interesting that they got him for murder charges when he never killed anyone. Must be like 3rd or 4th degree murder, maybe 4th degree murder. Someone I know was charged with 4th degree child abuse because their girlfriend was screaming at them while there was a child present. So just because there was a child in the room and these two were having an argument, a verbal argument, never got physical, he was charged with 4th degree child abuse. So maybe like 4th degree murder or something like that. Like he was aware that murders were taking place. I'm not really sure. That's really interesting. I knew he was a crazy person. I've heard all the stories, but I never knew specifically what he was charged with. What's up, Larry? What's up, Shrapnel? Happy freedom. Half lurk mode today. That's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. What's up, JT3? Shrapnel, his music sucked. Can you hear it? I wonder if it's on Spotify. I'll have to look it up. Thanks, Snooks. I appreciate you. Wade, Manson actually killed 2 people before the family murders? Oh, I didn't know that. Well, yeah, give him murder charges then. You know, that's how it goes. Tara, Helter Skelter is a Manson song? See, I've heard of that, but I don't think I've actually heard the song. What's up, M. Dot? Gotta be careful talking in the chat. Suppressing? Oh, yeah. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I was setting everything up earlier, and then all of a sudden I refreshed the page on YouTube to see if there was any new news articles, because right about now is when all the news comes out. And I refreshed the page, and it was like, you have no internet. What? Like, what do you mean I don't have internet? How did that happen? Next time I'm not pressing the refresh. I pressed the wrong button. I don't know what happened. But we're back. Stern, I figured out how to stop pushing people away. I moved out to a cabin in the woods. Yeah, I don't mean to do it. I mean, I mean to in public, I guess. I move with purpose in public. If you see me, I always look like I'm going to whoop someone's ass. I'm marching around and stuff, but it's because I don't have very good memory. So when I'm out and about, I'm like saying the same thing over and over again in my head, so I don't forget anything while I'm out and about. I just go out, do what I gotta do, and get back to the house as quickly as possible before somebody points fingers at me and calls me names and calls the police, and I get arrested for being white on a Wednesday or whatever they want to come up with. I live in Whitmer's world, so, you know, I could go for anything. He called me ma'am. Next thing you know, I'm doing 5 years. I gotta get back before it's too late. I wish I could buy a house more than anything, and all I'm seeing is people crying all over the internet about how they have $40,000 as a down payment and they still can't afford a house. That scares the hell out of me. I feel like I'm gonna die in this apartment. I really don't want that, but you know, we'll worry about that later. What's up, great grandmother of 7? Appreciate you being here. Happy freedom. Flip it through the chat really quick before we move forward. What's going on over here on Rumble? Oh, it's working. It was playing my intro video, and I thought maybe something wasn't right, but I think everything's running smoothly. What's up, Craig Swaffin? Happy freedom. Mainstream media is always lying. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Because they got to tell everyone what to think and what to feel and what to do about what they're told about thinking and feeling. You can't make up your own mind, or you're a white supreme pizza. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Oh, I just exited out of my chat. These things. I'm having a day. That's okay. And we're back. Alright, so we're going to move on to this next video, which I think is interesting. I'm hearing so much stuff about The Sound of Freedom. Everybody is telling me who has gone and seen it or claimed to have gone and seen it says it's a really great movie and everyone should go see it. All the mainstream media is saying that it's a terrible movie, only cute people, Trump supporters, conspiracy theorists, people who worship AJ. Those are the only people who go see that movie, and that movie was created for those people specifically. So if you go see it, you're a conspiracy theorist and a white supreme pizza, and you shouldn't go see it. And then I'm also seeing tons of video, 20, 30, 40 videos I've seen where people are going to The Sound of Freedom, and either they make it in the theater and they're sitting in their seat and then the screen glitches out and then all of a sudden they all get refunded and told to go home. I seen a video where people were in their seats and they set a fire alarm off and told everyone to leave. The majority of videos I'm seeing are people who are in line to buy tickets, or they're in line to process the ticket they've already purchased online, and then they're being told that the air conditioner broke for that theater only. They could go watch any other movie, but if they're going to see The Sound of Freedom, there's no air conditioning and they're worried about inhumane conditions, so they're going to close that theater down. Here's a refund for all your tickets. And I'm hearing that over and over and over again. I plan on going and seeing it. Whenever I get my car back, I got to call the shop after the live and see how long they think it's going to be to look at my car and fix it. I dropped it off yesterday, did not hear back. They were talking like 3 days of taking my car apart just to see what's wrong with it. But when I get back, I plan on going and seeing The Sound of Freedom. I want to document the whole thing. Standing in line, purchasing the ticket, waiting in the lobby, and then obviously not recording when I go into the theater. That's a crime. But if there's a fire alarm or something crazy going on and they stop the movie, then we'll go back to documenting and get my whole 2 cents on it. If nothing happens, don't expect an upload. But if there is something going on, I plan on uploading it and telling you guys my 2 cents of my personal experience of going and seeing The Sound of Freedom. That's on the to-do list, but first I got to get my car back. Either way, we're going to start this video here titled Pedophiles Salivating at Media Outlets Ripping The Sound of Freedom.
On July 4th, the #1 movie in America wasn't Indiana Jones. Disney spent $300 million resurrecting Harrison Ford and releasing the summer blockbuster. But there's another movie dominating the box office. It's called The Sound of Freedom, and it beat Indiana Jones on opening day. The film's based off the true story of Tim Ballard, a former Homeland Security special agent who saved kids from an international sex trafficking ring.
You go and rescue those kids.
This movie zeroes in on the multi-billion-dollar human trafficking industry and honors a hero, someone who saved children from sex slavery. But to the media, this person isn't a hero. Someone who rescues kids from pedophiles is a villain.
These films are created out of moral panics. They're created out of bogus statistics. They're created out of fear. And with something like Sound of Freedom, it specifically is looking at QAnon concepts of these child trafficking rings that are run by the high-level elites.
For some reason, the entire media is smearing this movie as a dangerous conspiracy theory. The press is saying that the star, Jim Caviezel, is a QAnon guy. And Jim plays Tim Ballard, which is strange because just a few years ago, the same media was celebrating Tim Ballard's heroics. Watch.
Tim Ballard has one mission: to track down child traffickers. 4 months ago, Colombian authorities asked him to investigate a tip that children were being sold there as sex slaves.
Within a half hour, this individual walks up to me, starts asking me what I'm here for, what I want, and within minutes, he says, well, I've got kids as young as 11 years old.
So why is the media warning people not to see a movie about child sex trafficking that's based on a true story? Well, the Spear Fund founder, Tim Ballard, joins me now. So, Tim, why is the media hating this movie?
You know, I can't understand it. The film was made...
Hey, Sean Hannity here.
It's not good. It's probably going to bring up questions about why we got that open border. What's happening to all those kids coming across the border? Maybe the mainstream media doesn't want people to find out about that. The mainstream media is the enemy. They're the mouthpiece of the agenda going on straight from the government and whoever runs everything. BlackRock and Vanguard and all those people. It's no good. It's no good. I don't know how anybody could be against that. But at the same time, we're living at a time where all the rainbow people are out there trying to do the same thing to their own kids. They're trying to mutilate their kids with surgery and everything else. So we live in a weird time right now. It is not good. It is not good. 24/7, we need to shut the MSM down. We need laws or something. I read and I heard that Obama made it so the mainstream media can give us propaganda and stuff like that. Now, I don't know how true that is. People are always hating on Obama for probably legitimate reasons, but I can't legitimize anything I'm reading because it's so old. And, well, you know how the internet works. How many of my videos have been taken down? And then people come in and they're like, well, you don't know. You don't have videos on it. I don't have videos on it because YouTube took it down, but you can go to Rumble and watch this stuff. It's just the way it is. So it's hard to really fact check anything older than a year, because if it doesn't go with today's agenda, YouTube has already pulled it down. It's already gone. It's like it never existed. So we are heavily manipulated by the mainstream media, which is unfortunate. Thankfully, we have live streamers like Oreo and them that go to the border and shows what's going on, or they go out to school board meetings and you can see all the shapeshifters out there talking about how they're offended that the country doesn't all believe the same thing, that we should be mutilating our kids and putting them on all kinds of, we'll say medicine. It's not medicine, but they disguise it as medicine. They disguise it as care. And then when you don't agree with their weird agenda, then they're like, well, you're against your child having the care they need. Well, that sounds really great, but that's not the actuality of anything. They got to use fancy labels and stuff, and they got to use misleading terms, because that's the only way they can get people on board with their nonsense. It's by using phrases just like that. Oh, what is your name? We'll go with IMM, because I can't figure out what your name is. Evil is exposing themselves more and more. It's true. They're just coming right out and doing it right in front of us. Old man Walter and Hunter Biden, his crackhead son, they're on the news every day. New evidence coming out of corruption. Nothing's happening, though. They're not going to do anything about it. FBI is bad. DOJ is bad. The IRS is bad. And it's like every day they're in the news. I just don't cover it because I'm worried it's going to beat all the hope out of everyone. It's in the news every day, but when we all know there's not any accountability, no one's going to hold them responsible for their criminal actions, nobody's going to fix this corruption, but you start feeling hopeless. Well, that's not good for anybody. So we don't cover that stuff, but it's in the news every day. They're just coming right out and rubbing it right in our face. Eventually they'll cross that line. I know they will. No one's stopping them. Nobody's stopping them. They'll push it too far. Eventually they'll hit the wall. They'll make the wrong person mad or the wrong people mad, and then there'll be some blowback. Maybe it'll come in the form of 223. Maybe we'll find a better way to do it. I don't know, but there'll be blowback. Can't be evil forever. Shrapnel. If you're not a bigot in the current year, I worry for you. For real. For real. If you're not being called a bigot right now, you're probably doing bad stuff, and you're probably pretty proud of it right now. It's messed up. Crystal Heart, most people don't even seem to care. I think that people are gridlocked. I think people are gridlocked right now. You got to work in order to barely get by, and then your job is telling you that you're not allowed to talk about half this stuff, or you can't think for yourself. You can't say what your feelings and thoughts are out loud, or you'll get fired. You can't even do it on social media, because if your job finds out what you're saying on social media, they'll fire you for that, or at least that's how it is here in Michigan, because there's at-will employment. They come across your Facebook and they say, you make a post that you're against shapeshifters, and they figure out what you're talking about. They can fire you for that. Well, now how are you going to feed your kids? Well, now you can't. Well, your neighbors over here, maybe they saw that you had a Trump flag in your lawn. Maybe they don't like that you have an American flag attached to your house. Now they're calling the FBI, using the flag laws against you to try and get feds over here to take your guns away because they think you're a threat because you support Trump or you support America. You're gridlocked. You can't even think and say things. We're worried about communism coming here, and it's here. It is here, and we're all looking around like we can't see it. It's like it's behind the veil or something. All the people that do not believe in America, all the communists, all the brainwashed Americans that think they're comrades, they have all the power right now. They can get you fired. They can get you canceled. They can get you deplatformed. They can get you debanked. They can have your bank accounts closed on you. If a bank doesn't agree with what you're saying and doing and they find out about it, they'll close your account and keep your money, because as soon as you put it in there, it's not your money anymore. You've made a deal with the bank to hold on to it. That's why they can loan it out to other people and make interest off your dollars, because you don't even own it. They can debank you right now. What are you going to do if you got a mortgage? We're owned right now. And we don't even realize it. We're trying to hold on to the little bit of freedom we got. I think that's why it seems like people don't care, is because the majority don't even know how to fight back. They got too much to risk. And we're right in the boat with that, because we like to work and earn what we have. So we have stuff to lose, and we don't want to lose it. And so people are kind of forced into letting it slide. Let it slide or lose everything you got. But like I said, they're going to push us. They're going to push us. The day they come taking what little bit we have left, and we don't have anything to lose, they'll realize we're the silent majority, that we're the big strong ones. We're just sitting here being respectful and polite because that's what we believe is right. But when you don't have nothing to lose, people become dangerous, and that's the way it's going to go. There's going to be blowback. So although it seems like people don't care, I believe a lot of people care, but I think that they're worried about losing their livelihood. And most people who earn and especially own a house or stuff like that, they don't do it for them. They do it because they have kids. And look what's happening to the kids. You can't even trust the Girl Scouts. We covered that yesterday. So it's like schools are coming after them. The rainbow people are coming after them. Girl Scouts are coming after them. Boy Scouts aren't any better. The best you got is being a good parent. Pray. Pray for your kids. That's all you got. You lose your livelihood. Now you got to disappoint your kid. And you're your kid's last hope. Sorry, we can't eat today. Sorry, they're going to cut the power off. I lost my job because I was speaking on social media about my beliefs and my job didn't like it. Sorry, we're going to lose our mortgage because some radical lefty found my real name, called my bank, and said a bunch of bad stuff about me and got me debanked. Now we're going to lose mortgage on the house. House is getting foreclosed. It's not right. It is messed up. They're going to push it too far, though, and there's going to be blowback. So all you got to do is stand tall and shine bright. Keep making good decisions. People who make good decisions live longer than people who don't. Outlive them with your good decisions. That's all I can recommend. What's up, SEPA? Happy freedom. The CBDC, it will be even worse. I don't even know what that is. I'm going to look it up, though. I noticed, I don't know if I can say it because of the YouTube community guidelines. I noticed that one organization that we all had to take recommendations from the last couple of years with the plague, all those people who were the Legion of Doom, who were telling us we were going to kick the bucket over the winter, you know who I'm talking about. They were serving the White House. Almost every one of those people have been changed. Their position has been, they've been replaced in their position. And I'm wondering if there's a bunch of blowback that's about to rain down on all those organizations, but the people who are accountable for making those decisions that forced us to do things over the last few years, I'm wondering if they won't be held accountable because they won't be in the position anymore. Like the little troll guy, he's going to teach at a university. The woman that looks like a wicked witch, she's retiring now. They just replaced her job with some younger redheaded woman. The Jeff guy that we would always laugh about, the guy who narrated all those Legion of Doom briefings that we covered and stuff, he's now in charge of something in the White House, but they're not in those positions anymore. All those people are getting replaced, and it kind of seems like they're playing hot potato. Like people are moving around, so when accountability rains down, they can blame the organization and not the people who were running them. I don't know. I think something's coming. I think something is coming. What's up, Cecil? Happy freedom. Enterprise, damn Subarus. Yeah, I know. I like it when it's running. I love my Subaru when it's actually running. Sorry if I'm killing you guys with my TED Talk. I feel really passionately about saving all of us with a little bit of wisdom I might be able to provide. I figure if we just throw all of our thoughts together, we'll come up with something. The least we can do is encourage each other to keep putting one foot in front of the other at very least. Hey, I appreciate you, Susan. Thank you so much, Snooks, for gifting 10 memberships over on YouTube. I appreciate you, Snooks. Thank you. You're so awesome. Make sure you guys thank Snooks if you claim one of those memberships. That stuff is not free. Just flipping through the chat really quick. We're going to be moving forward. Oh, what's up, Jesse? Happy freedom. Waiting for the pendulum to swing the other way. It's going to. I think, you're seeing the boycotting of Bud Light. For a minute, people were boycotting Target, but that all seemed to kind of go away. I don't know what's going on with that. Same thing with Activision. Everybody wanted to boycott Call of Duty because they support rainbow people hurting kids, and they're banning live streamers for saying, leave the kids alone. That's it. Just that phrase by itself. Boom. Gaming live streamers are being taken off of video games and stop being promoted by video game developers. Specifically Activision. So people wanted to boycott Call of Duty and Warzone and that stuff, but they didn't want to blame Activision, and Activision, who develops Call of Duty, was the ones to actually do it. They were the ones to make the decision to pull down that gaming live streamer for saying leave kids alone. That's all he said, and they're against it. So people were for a week were boycotting Activision. That seems to have fallen off. A new season of Warzone came out. Everybody had to go download it. But I think slowly but surely they're done with the woke stuff. It seems like things are turning around. We'll see how it goes, though. Time will tell. My grandpa used to tell me all the time. I'd get upset, especially when I was in trouble a lot and going to court and all that stuff. He'd tell me all the time. He's like, the truth has a funny way of getting out. It might take some time, but you just can't keep the truth hidden. It just has a way of getting out. It's like holding in a fart. It just bloop. It's the surface. Just sitting in the bathtub looking around like, who did that? That wasn't me. That's how the truth gets out. It just slips out. Can't keep it down. You just got to stay strong until it does. All right, hooligans, we're going to move on to this next video titled Chinese Hackers Access Emails of the U.S. Government or U.S. Government Agencies. This should be a big deal. This should be a big deal. Because you know what government data is. The majority of it is information on us. Well, they don't want to tell us about that. No. It's either information about us or information about weapons or information on foreign countries that is sensitive information. Chinese hackers got it? It's all right. It's all right. Don't you worry. Let's get her started.
Hacked by China. Overnight, Microsoft revealed that a Chinese hacking organization broke into the email for 25 major organizations, including government agencies. Trevor Alt is tracking the latest. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, George. It's a very alarming announcement from Microsoft. They say this started in May, and while they didn't specify which organizations were hit, they have revealed some of them, as you said, are government agencies. And Microsoft says the group behind this is known as Storm 0558. The company claims this is a spy agency that's based in China, and we're told Storm gained access to these organizations' emails by getting into individual accounts. And what that means is at this point, it's not clear how much data or information they were actually able to access. Now, Microsoft says the threat has since been completely mitigated. They've added new automated systems to detect these kinds of hacks, but they say cyber attacks are becoming much more common and a lot more sophisticated, and any individual could be targeted.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out.
Seems like it's nonstop. Hackers are getting better and better, and I don't think it's obviously not something that's new. Hacking's been around as long as computers have been around, maybe even longer, God only knows. But I think it's AI assisting everyone. I think now that we have ChatGPT and all these other AI systems, I think hackers have really leveled up with stuff because it seems like it's everywhere. Places are being hacked. Schools are being hacked. That's a big deal. Schools being hacked, they don't know anything. I mean, God bless teachers that try, but for the most part, they're all reading out of a book and just printing out pages for kids to fill out. The majority of it is that. The people in the office, they're just secretaries. They don't know anything about web security and all of that. They get an email from what they think is the principal or whoever, they click a link, compromise the whole system. Now all the kids' names, their addresses, emergency details, boom, hackers got it. Next thing you know, your kid's signing up for a credit card. It's got bad credit by the time they're 18. You didn't put their name on the electric bill like parents used to do when I was younger. We live in a scary time. Digital everything is hurting us. Social media is really hurting us, and now we got hackers just to top it off. Even the government can't stop them. It's no good. We're not safe. We just feel like we are. It's messed up. Oh, let's see. What is your name? LCLE? Thank you so much for the $10 donation. I really appreciate all the support. Thank you. The hackers, and they won't leave me alone. They'll probably come after me. They're monitoring YouTube, so when people say hackers, all of a sudden they'll hit you. They'll scrape your account. They'll try and find all your data, and then all of a sudden you start getting emails that aren't real and stuff like that. It happens to me every time I talk about it. But if you go research, what do I do if my account's been hacked? You'll see. All those people that make videos like that, they all end up getting attacked by hackers. They're scanning the system. Just like if you say it on Twitter, you'll have 6 or 7 comments underneath your profile saying, hey, why don't you contact this guy? He helped me get my account back. And those are hackers trying to get you because you're running from hackers and you're telling people about it. It's messed up. Liberty Sweetheart, homeschool for the win. Yeah, I wish, and I don't know how it goes because I'm an American, but I know in Canada they have government ran daycare. They have daycare where you can drop your kids off 24/7, and I've never heard anything bad about it. Here in America, we know all the bad things that could happen with that, but I wish we had something similar like that here. Instead of just people in a trailer park who throw an ad in the paper, hey, I'll watch your kid for $15 a day, because that's about all we got here. I wish that people were able to homeschool more. And I feel like adults are capable. The majority of adults are smart enough to be able to homeschool their kids. It's having to work 70 hours a week to be able to pay your rent that's really preventing people from homeschooling their kids. Because we'd be bankrupting school. I remember skipping school on count day just to hurt the finances at school because we didn't believe the school was doing a good job. Count day is all that matters to school. And so if you could hurt their count day by homeschooling your kids, schools would have to really straighten up to start getting them finances again. They might have to, actually teach your kids to read and write and do math again instead of pledging allegiance to a rainbow flag. But homeschooling, I think, is the best bet for kids right now. It does hurt them socially, but if you had a community where the majority of parents were homeschooling their kids, you could have designated days like field trips where you just take all the kids to the park. You and all the other homeschooling parents, we're going to have a day at the park. We're going to have a day at the museum. We're going to have a day where we go exploring, and we're going to identify all the leaves we find on the ground and figure out what tree it goes to and stuff like that. Stuff like we used to do when we were kids before we had digital stuff and cell phones and all of that. And then your kids get to socialize. Because that's the biggest complaint for homeschooling. Well, I don't want my kid to be socially awkward. You see what's on the table right now? Socially awkward, that's no big deal. Just wait till they come home and tell you they want to turn their wiener inside out and you live in a state where you can't say no. Little Timmy here is 7 years old, but he wants to become Becky tomorrow. You can't even say anything about it. You'll be arrested for child neglect or child abuse. We live in a weird time right now. I would take socially awkward over half the stuff we could list right now that's on the table that schools are trying to do to kids. It's messed up. It's messed up. Stay strong. Make good decisions. It's the best we could do right now. What's up, Grateful Ed? Happy freedom. Captain Seamus, I can't even hack myself. Yeah, I don't know anything about how to do all that stuff. I had it happen to me, and every day since April 1st, they've been trying to come for me. I get 3 or more emails every day. I get text messages saying, hey, here's your one-time code for trying to access some site, whatever. And I'm like, well, I'm not trying to log in. That means somebody else is logging in. They're clicking that I forgot password thing, trying to, intercept the code, take my stuff. Every day. Drives me insane. It makes me crazy. I wish they'd come try and do that in person, because I'd solve it real quick. I wouldn't even tell anybody about it. All you know is the grass would be growing good. They'd be like, you got some good fertilizer. Sure do. Got some of that hacker in the ground. Does well. I think hackers are just as pathetic as pedophiles. Shanti, your hair looks nice. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I was looking all rough, so I just went for a quick shave. Yes. So reading through the chat really quick. I don't want you guys to think I'm ignoring you. I'm trying to keep the pace high. I get a lot of complaints about the Q&A, about us hanging out and stuff. And I'm losing subscribers again, and I don't know why. I don't really think I'm pushing you guys away. I think it's YouTube pulling subscribers. But I don't want to bore you guys. I'm trying to have fun and know what's going on at the same time. If you guys would like to give me feedback about the live, please email me and do so. I would love to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly of how we could make things a little bit better around here for everyone. Liberty Sweetheart, it takes sacrifice. We are a one-income family, and I don't have a retirement. I'm pouring into weekly for myself. We play t-ball and hang out with cousins weekly. They socialize. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. You gotta have the balance, but man, stuff costs so much right now that's the biggest thing that I hear is, I want to homeschool my kids. I know there's bad stuff going on, but if I work less than I do right now, we'll have to have a day or two a week where we don't eat, or we'll have to choose what bills get paid and which ones don't. Things just cost too much right now. And I live in a really poor part of Michigan. You're not working where I live and making more than $20 an hour. Not unless you're running the business. Just most people in this area, they're lucky to make $15 an hour. But for a one-bedroom apartment, you're still paying $1,000 a month. So you might have to sell crack out of there or something to be able to afford rent. But you're going to have to sell a lot of crack if you plan on homeschooling your kid on top of that. And that's, and I'm just joking. I don't want you guys to go out there and doing bad things, and I'm not promoting doing bad things, but things are expensive right now. So I understand, and it's a tough one. It's a struggle. I see parents break down talking about the subject, about how they have to choose between paying the bills or giving their kid an actual education because the school's not willing to, because they're too busy teaching the wrong things. Kid can't read, write, or do math, but they know all the 35 flavors of rainbow, learning the wrong things. And so they're like, what do I do? What do I do? I work less. We don't have paid bills, but at least I can teach my kid how to read. We're in a tough spot right now. We're in a tough spot. Guess MJ, YouTube has unsubscribed me 3 times. YouTube keeps telling me, their customer service keeps telling me that they're banning, they're not banning, they're detaching spam accounts. That's what they say, but they won't tell me what a spam account is, so I can't suggest to you guys what that is to maybe help you fly under the radar. They just say, oh, well, we've been removing spam accounts, so maybe that's why your numbers are dropping. But I've had a lot of hooligans say, like, I've had to subscribe to your channel over and over again. Some people lose their membership because of that, because you can't have a membership to a channel you're not subscribed to. And so, I don't know. I think sometimes I say things that makes them target me. And I know everybody says, oh, conspiracy time. We're live on 2 different YouTube channels right now, and the main one gets flagged for everything, and the secret YouTube channel doesn't get flagged for anything. Even if I play music, it doesn't even get hit for copyright flags. They are thumb over me on the main channel there. They are actually targeting me. I mean, we got trial and error. I'm a scientist, okay? I got a bachelor's degree in science, okay? Scientist. We do experiments all the time here. And yeah, YouTube does not like what I say. And I don't know why. It's all the truth. See, when I had dreadlocks, they didn't have a problem with me showing or saying anything. But as soon as I cut my hair off because I was getting a little thin right up here, everything changed. Once we started covering those Trump rallies, everything changed. But I'm still here, and we're going to keep fighting. But you guys really should go join up at jeffmaclive.com or go join Rumble, just in case YouTube takes us out one day. We'll keep moving forward, but I need you guys to move with me. Just reading through the chat really quick. We're not done yet. What's up, Nefties? Happy freedom. Yeah, I appreciate you, Brujo. Alright, hooligans, this next one, and I think it's an interesting one. It's titled New, and I don't think it's new. It's just the phrase is different. Blue team. Anyways, the new bed rotting trend taking over TikTok. Leave it to TikTok. Trending is like the new word for brainwashing.
The new trend is blowing up.
Alright. This is interesting because I was hearing about this 15 years ago when I was a teenager. Let's get her started, hooligans.
The new trend is blowing up on social media and raising some concerns among sleep experts. So-called bed rotting has people documenting the joys of staying in bed for hours or even longer, calling it self-care. But is it actually good for you? Dr. Chris Winter, sleep expert, neurologist, and host of the Sleep Unplugged podcast is joining me now for more on this. Dr. Winter, so great to have you on.
Thank you.
So let's just start with the explanation, because people might be saying, I'm sorry, bed what? Bed rotting? So
Rotting.
just explain what this is.
Bed rotting. So a TikToker came up with the idea of just basically being in bed for long periods of time outside of the time when you sleep and dubbed it bed rotting. Do you want to rot? Is what I like to ask my patients. And it's essentially, non-sleep activities in bed, which a lot of sleep specialists have always warned about in terms of its drawbacks and things of that nature. But just spending time watching TV, eating, cooking, socializing with friends. I've heard people cooking in bed, getting everything ready for their banana bread recipe.
So it's like, I'm not moving, I'm not going anywhere, I'm just gonna sit here and rot in my bed and love every second of it.
That's right.
Okay, so the benefits sound like you get to relax, you get to chill, it's enjoyable, right?
Yeah.
But this can backfire. So talk a little bit about the drawbacks here.
I think the biggest drawback is if you struggle to sleep already. You're having difficulty initiating sleep, maintaining sleep. I think being in bed awake for a long period of time resting, dozing, napping is not necessarily going to set you up for great sleep at night. Plus, you're not engaging in social activities, you're not moving your body through time and space, you're not exercising. All those things could have a negative impact on your sleep.
And explain the difference between someone laying in bed, frustrated, trying to sleep because they didn't sleep last night, versus someone laying in bed because, hey, I'm enjoying myself and this is really nice.
Right, and I think that could be really the pro. You know, I spent a long time moving furniture yesterday. Lying flat on a bed in the evening felt really good. So I think there are positives in terms of self-care. I think the bigger issue is if you're struggling to fall asleep and being in bed, it might be a good idea to move from that space and take your frustrations elsewhere.
And you said that you just came back from a big sleep conference, I know, and they talked a lot about teen mental health and how this may be linked.
Yeah, I think that was a huge topic at the big sleep meeting in Indianapolis, the overwhelming mental health crisis we have. I think that if we're looking towards bed rotting as a mechanism to improve mental health, I think for a lot of young people, it probably doesn't. Being out, socially interactive, being involved in meaningful endeavors might do more to improve mental health than simply wasting away in your bedroom.
So how do you think we strike the balance between giving ourselves that time to relax and maybe enjoy ourselves in bed or outside, and also wanting to get that physical activity, wanting to get that social interaction? How do you know when you're relaxing and when you're maybe overdoing it?
I always talk to my patients about it being sort of like a stock portfolio, and we want it to be sort of balanced, that you can be in bed, you can be on social media, you can have your phone. I just think that it needs to be balanced out with all the other activities you talk about, getting outside, engaging your senses in terms of being in nature, being exercise and being active, doing pleasurable activities outside of just simply being in bed. I think it can fit into that portfolio very nicely.
Awesome. Dr. Winters, great to have you. The book, Sleep Solution, the other book, The Rested Child, and the Sleep Unplugged podcast.
Thank you so much for being such a sleep
information out
advocate,
there.
Diane. You're wonderful.
You guys are wonderful to me. Thank you so much.
You bet.
They kind of sound like crazy people, but no more crazier than the people who are bed rotting. So when I was 15, I remember I was suspended from school for 3 weeks. I had gotten in a fist fight and whatever. But when I came back to school, there was all this attention on how much we were sleeping because teenagers, you know, they're emotional. They don't know anything. And life's really hard when you're about 15, 16. They were spending so much time in bed that they were causing what at the time was called Sleeping Beauty syndrome. So teenagers would feel depressed and they would lay in bed all day, and then they would wake up and they'd go take a pee or something, maybe eat a sandwich, and then they'd go back to bed. If you do it enough, you can put yourself in a coma. You can get to a point where you feel the need to sleep 20 hours a day, and they were calling it Sleeping Beauty syndrome at the time. And it was like a new thing. They were like, yeah, you need to worry about this. Do not let your teenagers sleep longer than 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever. You know, sleeping in is one thing, but when it's like 6 o'clock in the afternoon and they went to bed at midnight and they're still in bed, you need to go wake them up, because they will build a habit to where your body just wants to sedate itself, and you'll get to the point where you just won't wake up. You'll just be that way. So I think it's weird when they say, oh, this new trend on TikTok called bed rotting. It's kind of like, it's like bringing back something that was trending 15 years ago and saying it's new and putting a new label on it. It's no good. Can't spend your whole life in bed. And I know sometimes you want to, especially if you're feeling depressed. When we were covering those riots every day and we were having like 18-hour live streams and stuff like that, there was a couple times where, like, for a whole week I didn't get out of bed. I didn't even go live. I just couldn't get out of bed. I was just broken mentally from taking on, you know, everything we were reviewing and stuff. You know, you guys were able to pass through the chat, come and go, show up. Oh, are they screaming and yelling, setting stuff on fire? Well, no, not right now. I'll be back in 2 hours when they are. While I was sitting here full time and just taking it in. And then I would unplug and then be locked in my house. Because if I went outside, it was a $1,200 fine thanks to our governor. And so it was breaking me mentally. But I always kept that in mind, like, I gotta stand up, I gotta go do something, gotta exercise, because if I cause Sleeping Beauty syndrome, there's no one here to wake me up. I will just kick the bucket right here in my apartment. I didn't even have Klaus Daniels. See, now Klaus Daniels will wake me up and be like, yo, dude, I'm hungry. You're gonna have to get up. You can't be laying around all day. You gotta get up. But teenagers, no one's raising them. You see what's going on in Chicago. They're pretty much child gangs like they had out in the UK and stuff for a while. I don't know if that stuff's still going on. Even the Simpsons were making fun of that. But it's a real thing. Sleeping Beauty syndrome. Stray cat. TikTok is brain rot. It is. It is. The only thing that TikTok is worth is that it's not censored the same as all other social media. Twitter censors themselves in their own way right now because Elon's doing it. But Facebook, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, Twitch, any of the main apps that you can download as far as social media, they're all censored the same way. And it's because of government overreach. Government says what needs to be pulled down and what doesn't. And we know that because of the Twitter files and stuff. Plus, we've all experienced it ourselves. How many times have you had a post taken down where you didn't think there was anything wrong, but the social media platform did, and they labeled it something crazy like hate speech or whatever, and you're like, what? I was talking about pizza. Like, I wasn't even talking about that, and you get your whole account banned and stuff over nothing. TikTok's not censored the same way because our government doesn't run TikTok, so they can't interfere the same way. So stuff that's being censored on all these platforms, like the riots in YouTube, or the riots in Paris and all that stuff in France, you might see clips on YouTube, but check the edges of the screen. 90% of the time you see a TikTok logo. That's because it originated on TikTok and somebody pasted it over on YouTube. So if you want to see things that are going on in the world that maybe our government doesn't want us to know about, using TikTok is the best way to do it because you're going to see it uncensored. Twitter is the same way, but you're going to get it more in a text form. A lot of videos you see on Twitter are old videos or videos taken out of context and stuff like that. And then they add a caption on it that really throws it off course, is propaganda and stuff like that. But otherwise, TikTok is brain rot. It is. I just scan through it every once in a while. I try not to do it in the morning because I get pissed. I get pissed. There's so many toxic people on TikTok telling everybody what they should be doing. It's like individual protests, just scrolling one mad person after the other. So I try not to go on to TikTok until I'm fully awake, because otherwise I get upset. I'm just like, oh, you're stupid. And I scroll, oh no, it's another stupid person. Oh no, look, 3 in a row. Like, so it just makes me upset. I gotta stay away from it until I wake all the way up. Let's see, Get Some J. True story, Facebook banned me for 6 weeks for a pic of a hot dog in a cooking feed. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I got suspended on Facebook for a post that was 3 years old saying something about washing your hands. And it was kind of like that joke where you come out of the bathroom, your hands are wet, and you go like touch your girlfriend's face and you're like, don't you hate when you pee on yourself? And then they're like, what? It startles them. It was a joke like that. It was like something wash your hands. Got banned. Like, that post got taken down, and then I got suspended for it for like 3 weeks or a month. But it had been posted 3 years ago at that point. So it's like, I don't know, communism just slips in through the cracks. And I say this all the time. We like to hang out digitally more than in person. It's proven every day. Go online, you're going to see way more people than you do in person. But if you see people in person, you could say what you want. And unless you live in Michigan, nobody can do anything about that. As long as you're not threatening their life, you can say what you want. But we prefer to hang out digitally, where you cannot do that. You cannot do that. And it's almost like we're choosing communism over our own freedom just by having a preference of hanging out digitally. But that's why I made the website, is so we could get away from that. Because I own the website. The server I have it connected to doesn't monitor the data. The data belongs to me. So we can say whatever we want over on the website. We can say whatever we want to each other. We can show whatever we want to each other. My only guideline is don't use the platform to break the law. Don't do anything illegal. Don't put me in that position. But otherwise, it is the only platform in existence on the internet where you can just pretty much say whatever you want and you're not going to get banned or taken down. Your job's not going to fire you. You're not going to get debanked or anything like that. But all these other platforms, you can't trust them. Can't trust them. Shanti, I don't do any social media ever. I only hang out on YouTube. Yeah, in the chat. Yeah, the only social media stuff is this. I don't really do a whole lot of hanging out. I kind of pop in, hang out in the Gilded or Discord for a second to see what all the hooligans are doing, and that's about it. Otherwise, I don't really hang out online. I gotta watch what I do, because I know I'm being monitored. I didn't know until I saw my face on the DOJ documents for they're prosecuting some J6er, and they were using my J6 feed, my live coverage of January 6th, and my face is right there on the document, and they're like, this is who this is what he does, this is the kind of people that follow him. Like, we're on our own list. It's for real. Thank you so much, Snooks, for gifting another 10 memberships over on YouTube. I appreciate everything you do, Snooks. Thank you. You guys, I appreciate all of you. So we're going to move forward to this last video. It's titled, Senator Schumer calls on FDA to investigate Prime energy drink. Like I said before, I don't really care too much for Schumer, but I don't like that these famous YouTubers are promoting this. They're selling this drink to kids. We're going to end up with teenagers and even younger having heart attacks because of this kind of stuff. Maybe this is how they're going to cover up. Never mind. You know, there's other things that cause youth to have heart attacks, you know, but we can't talk about that stuff because YouTube's watching. Thank you so much, Be a Blessing, for continuing the membership program for 4 months. You're officially a hooligan. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, hooligans, let's get her started.
Senator Chuck Schumer is taking on an energy drink backed by popular YouTube stars. The Senate Majority Leader is calling on the FDA to investigate Prime. He says the company needs to do more to differentiate between its 2 lines of drinks, one of which contains caffeine.
This new summer sensation drink aimed at kids called Prime. More caffeine even than Red Bull. In fact, it has double the caffeine.
Representatives for Prime say the energy drinks have clear labels stating they are not recommended for anyone under 18. Prime sells a separate line called Prime Hydration, which does not contain any caffeine.
Yeah, so if you got teenagers or if you have children, right, we'll just put it like that. If you have children of any age, you may have heard about the Prime drinks. Oh, I want to go get Prime. I want to go and try that, this, that, and the other. So-and-so Paul says it's the greatest thing ever, and I want to be cool like him, so I want to drink his energy drinks. They don't really tell you that they're energy drinks. They try and act like it's juice or something. They also say it's all natural, and it's like kosher and whatever. So it seems like it's good to go, but every one of those you drink is double a Red Bull. When you're like 8 years old, you don't need 2 Red Bulls in a single sitting. You don't need caffeine at all. You know, and it's crazy because the same parents are like, I don't let my kids drink coffee. We'll give them a Prime. They'd be better off drinking a coffee. Just make it black. Just make sure your coffee's black. Good. Don't give them more than half a cup, though. They'll be bouncing off the walls and they ain't going to eat dinner. You'll be able to yell down the street and they'll be able to see the sound waves. You know, that's how kids are. Destiny Gal, you're a social media influencer. That's why you're targeted. Yeah, and it's because I'm not pushing the agenda. It's because I don't have rainbow hair and I'm not like, you know, try one of the 35 flavors of rainbow. If I was, I'd be good to go. Like I said, if I had dreadlocks still, I think they'd let me slide. So for all I heard, those Prime energy drinks are horrible. I guess they're banned in certain countries. They won't even let them be there because half the crap that's in them. Destiny Gal, Jolt. Yeah, I remember Jolt. I was young when that came out. Storm. That was another one. They had Storm. They all taste the same, like chemicals. It's no good. Yeah, I don't know. It's like knowing about how bad that Prime is. If I was seeing a kid with a Prime drink, I'd kind of be like, smack it out of their hand. Look, buddy, I'm saving your life. I know you're mad at me. You're looking at me like I just knocked your ice cream cone out of your hand, but I'm saving your life. I don't know. And then, like they said in the video, it's recommended for people 18 or older, but they're not enforcing it. So that's kind of more of a selling point for kids. You know, kids want to act all grown up. That's how they got us all smoking cigarettes and stuff when we were younger. Want to be like the cool kids. So you're like, oh man, I'm drinking this because it's recommended for 18-year-olds, you know, but I got 10 years to go till I'm 18. I'll just drink it now. I'm cool like I'm 18. Until you have a heart attack and die at 8 years old, it's no good. It's no good. Yeah, you got to watch what your kids are consuming. I keep seeing videos that I think are really interesting where they talk about kid height. Go into like Walmart or wherever you shop and just kind of look for things that are lower on the level. You know, they'll have, I don't know, boring stuff up top. You know, usually when you reach for something off the shelf, it's like at this level. You're reaching at your level. But if you go down to your kid's height, you're going to see like fruit roll-ups and mainstream cereal and stuff like that. Things that are advertised on TV and internet for children. So it's like, you know, your kid comes running around the corner, hey, I want to get this. And you're like, where did you get that? And they're like, well, I just pulled it off the shelf we were just in the aisle we were at. You're like, I didn't see that. It's because it's at kid level. That stuff is strategically done. And so you'll probably see Prime energy drinks in the same space on this lower level and stuff. And it's because, you know, you don't want to tell your kids no. You don't want to have to do that. And, you know, discipline, and we talk about discipline a lot. Most parents are probably like, yeah, just throw it in the cart. You want to drink 2 Red Bulls in a single sitting? Yeah, just throw it in the cart. Because how can you keep track of everything? Most of the stuff in our food is not real. We're like consuming plastic and God only knows what else. Probably terrible things. Probably things that make us filthy in the biblical sense. And we don't even know it. We don't even know it. I keep thinking, because I tell you guys all the time that I can get burger for cheap. I can get steaks for like $3, like just down the road at the local grocery store. And I think it's because they do their own butcher stuff. But now I'm seeing videos where places that do their own butchering and whatnot add in other things into the meat when they're making hamburger and stuff like that. That way it's cheaper. They can sell it for cheaper and still make a good profit off of it. And nobody questions if that's actually beef in the burger wrap. And I'm hearing they're putting horse in it and dog and cat and everything else. And now I'm kind of wondering. And I'm trying to figure out, how do you test for that stuff? Because I kind of want to grab $4 burger from down the street and test it and make sure that's beef that I'm sitting here making tacos and stuff in. Because, you know, I was worried about eating junk food. I used to just grocery shop in the frozen aisle. Let me get some frozen pizzas. I've never been wealthy enough to own Hot Pockets. Never. I've ate a Hot Pocket. I've probably had 6 Hot Pockets my whole life, going over to friends' houses and stuff where they could afford stuff like that. But I've never been able to afford Hot Pockets. It's like $10 for 2 of them. They're not worth all that. But just any kind of couple dollar frozen thing I could get is what I was living off of while live streaming. Because, you know, we'd get a break. I'd throw a pizza in the oven or whatever, and then come sit down for the live, and the thing would go off, and everybody used to make fun of you. Any longtime hooligans know I'm good for burning a pizza. That used to be like a daily thing. I'd be like, oh, I burned the pizza again. Trigger Crazy'd show up. Trigger Crazy's right there. Just popped right in the chat. Be like, oh, did you burn the pizza again? Yes, I did. I did. I was too preoccupied with the chat. But I started realizing, like, I was feeling really unhealthy. Like, not just gaining weight and stuff, but just didn't feel good to be awake. And so I was like, you know, I got to get away from this. I got to actually cook real food. Make burgers out of burger. Make tacos out of actual ingredients that I make myself. Yeah, I like to go into Taco Bell and stuff. 65 miles away from me is the closest Taco Bell. I can't do that every day. So I try to cook my own food for the most part. But now I'm hearing this, and I'm like, geez, is the burger? Is the bread actually bread? It's like, I don't know. I kind of just want to become Amish at this point, but I don't even know what they got going on, because in certain states, or maybe even in the whole country, it's illegal to grow crops that don't have GMO in it. You're not supposed to. The only way you can get seeds that don't have GMO is if you can find like religious groups like Amish and all the other flavors of Amish. I don't know all of them, but, you know, people wearing bonnets and riding horses and stuff. That's your best bet to get seeds to grow crops that have not already been genetically modified. Otherwise, you go to Walmart and you get seeds to grow corn and stuff, it's already got the GMO in it. The seeds have already been modified. So I don't know that we're going to be able to get to a place where we can eat real food, we're getting farther and farther from that. A couple weeks ago, maybe longer, we covered a video where they were figuring out ways to 3D print meat, and they were making like fish fillet and stuff, but it was through a 3D printer, and like cloned meat cells from actual fish. They're doing it with beef as well. We're going to be eating 3D printed food like next year. It'll probably be made out of bugs. We're going to get the best of both worlds. People are going to think they're so fancy and futuristic 5 years from now. Or we're all going to die of stomach cancer. God only knows. Stuff freaks me out, though. Freaks me out. I just want regular food. Sure, crazy. You burnt your coffee, too. Yeah, now I drink instant coffee. You can't mess that up. You can't mess that up. Instant coffee's not great. It's all right. Every once in a while, if I'm feeling skippy, I'll get some ice cream and then throw some instant coffee on it and whip the ice cream into coffee ice cream. Just a little tip for you hooligans there. I live like I'm in jail. I don't know why. I live in my own little world. Playing Clubhouse in my apartment. Let's see. Blue Collar Ray. Country Boys got seeds. Freedom seeds. Send them down range. Just reading through the chat really quick. That is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm going to drop a link in the chat. We're going to do the spiel deal, and we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and we're going to wrap this up. I just want to hear from you hooligans real quick. Okay, there's my audio. I don't know what happened. I think I changed screens or something. I don't know. Either way, if you guys didn't hear me, we'll be gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern Time over on JeffMAC Gaming YouTube channel. We're also live at Kick and jeffmaclive.com. If you want to watch us game at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, it's just for fun after a long day of doing the news. And then we will be doing Coffee with Hooligans again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Right here where we are right now. I'm counting to see how late the delay is. You guys have just, like, I just now can see your comments saying that I'm muted. Hopefully I wasn't muted too long. I appreciate the feedback. I just wish that the delay wasn't so long. It's like a 40-second delay between me speaking and you guys actually hearing it. One day we'll figure out how to fix that, or maybe it's YouTube. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I did. I pressed the wrong button. But I can see we're good now. I try to monitor the audio input level. That way I can tell if I'm muted. Thank you guys for sticking with me through all the technical difficulties that I have on a daily basis. I dropped a link in the chat. If you guys would, go check out the link tree. It's a list of all my links. Right there is JeffMAC Gaming if you want to come hang out with us later. But go and click on the link tree. I want you to scroll down to Gilded. Go join Gilded. It's free and currently the best way to receive notifications for when and where we go live. Every time we go live. There's a news board on Gilded to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. And there's a ton of hooligans in there chatting around the clock for you to go hang out with. So definitely go join Gilded. Also on the link tree, you can find links for the merch store. If you'd like to grab some merch, we have shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs, and a bunch of other items. Everything is displayed in black and white or white and black. But if you find something you like, just click on that item and you can see all the different colors that the item comes in. You can also find links for PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Stripe, Zelle, Buy Me a Coffee, and Locals if you would like to help support what I do. There's also a link to the Amazon wish list if you would like to send me stuff. It's really easy to use. Anything you purchase directly from the wish list will be sent straight to me without having to send emails, find addresses, or keep track of tracking numbers. You don't have to do any of that. It's really simple to use. And then finally, we have links for the membership programs. We have memberships for YouTube, Gilded, Discord, Odyssey, Rumble, and Twitch. So you could also support that way, and a lot of times you'll end up with a badge depending on which platform you're on. Hopefully Odyssey and Rumble will give us access to customizing our badges. So like on Twitch and on YouTube, I think also on Gilded, you get a special badge next to your name if you're a membership, so everybody can tell that you're an official hooligan. The other platforms, you do get a badge, but it's stock. Rumble and Odyssey. Hopefully they'll have an update where we can actually put our custom badges in. That way you guys can get the Hooligan H badge. We'll get that updated as soon as they allow us to do so. At the very top of the link tree, you can claim a free week membership for jeffmaclive.com. There's no strings attached. It's just a free week for you to go to check out all the cool stuff that we have over at jeffmaclive.com. With a membership, you'll have access to your own profile for our private social media area. You'll have access to our group chat rooms and group pages. You'll have access to our live streaming area with the built-in chat. And you'll have access to our advanced messaging system with the ability to text, call, video call, group text, group call, group video call, and the ability to upload all versions of digital media. So MP3s, MP4s, slideshows, digital documents, anything like that. If you want to network with hooligans, if you want to promote your business, if you just want to post cool stuff on your timeline, you are welcome to do so. JeffMacLive.com is the home of the hooligans, so go join up right now. All right, hooligans, it's that time again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. I'm going to read through the chat really quick, make sure everyone is good to go. Like I said, we will be live 8 p.m. Eastern Time over on JeffMAC Gaming, just hanging out, playing the game, and having fun. If you're just interested in the news, we'll be live again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, for another Coffee with Hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys being here. You guys are awesome. Guess I'm Jay. We're lip readers. We know what you said. I know. You clever hooligans. Enterprise, 100% meat. That's all I can guarantee in that burger. It's 100% meat. I just don't know meat of what. Ex-employees or what? What is your name? Coyle? Kali? Well, either way, I appreciate you being here. Am I from Serbia or Poland? I am an American. I am from America. 100%. Born and raised. I bleed red, white, and blue. I can't even help it. It's just the way I am. I appreciate you, Donna Sparks. You're awesome. All right, hooligans. Looks like we are good to go. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Big shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership program, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I would not be able to do this without you. So thank you so much for all your support. I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.